Tree's feeling very well today.
Hello, Fairy Jennabelle.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to wake you up. Grandfather Tree, why are you wearing a mask today?
Well, I don't want you or anybody else to get sick with the virus that I've got. So wearing a mask helps me from breathing virus germs into the air that you and others might breathe in without knowing it.
Oh, I see. That's very considerate of you. But I don't like it when you don't feel good. What would make you feel better? Maybe like a great big cuddly fairy hug?
Your hugs are always magical. But what would make me feel better is making sure that you stay well. So, while I'm sick, you should keep your distance, little fairy. But don't worry, I can always feel your heart hugging mine.
Oh, well good, because my heart is always hugging your heart.
Fairy Jennabelle?
Yes?
With so many people getting sick these days, I think it's a perfect time for you to read your new book to the children. And
Good idea.
while you do that, I think I need to rest some more, but could you do me a favor?
Of course. What do you need, Grandfather?
Could you just make sure the blanket is covering my ribs?
Oh, are you feeling chilled?
Yeah.
I'll tuck you in. Oh, he's already back to sleep. Okay, shh. All right, guys, let's go read that book. I'm just drying my hands real quick because after I tucked in Grandfather Tree, I went and I scrubbed my hands really, really good. Everybody should be washing their hands a lot right now to make sure that they stay healthy, because when we touch things that might have germs on them, then we can accidentally touch our faces and our noses, and then we can get sick too. So always scrub your hands really good, the tops, the bottoms, and in between your fingers really good. I know you guys already know that. You're so good at that, right? Let's read this book. It's called Fairy Jennabelle Lost Her Voice. It's a story about me, guys. I'm so excited. It was a very cold and windy autumn day in the enchanted forest. Fairy Jennabelle was helping the trees let go of their old leaves. She loved riding the big ones all the way to the ground. She started to feel cold and tired, but decided to keep playing. As the sun set in the sky, she started to shiver. It was time to go home to Grandfather Tree. Brr! By the time she got home, she wasn't feeling very well. She was shivering and coughing. She kept coughing harder and harder throughout the night. When she woke up the next day, she opened her mouth to speak. To her surprise, only air came out. She had no voice. Fairy Jennabelle flew up to show Grandfather Tree. You have no voice? Oh no, you must rest, little fairy. Rest. The first few days without a voice were pretty hard. Luckily, her kindest friends brought warm soup and treats to keep her heart warm and happy. Mr. Bee even brought some fresh honey to soothe her aching throat. Fairy Jennabelle was grateful to have such special friends. A few days later, Teddybear came for a visit. He was the nicest elf in the forest. He knew she couldn't talk, so he entertained her with a poem he wrote. It was about a fairy caught by an angry giant. The fairy escaped but never spoke again out of fear the giant would hear her. Teddybear was a very good storyteller. As he was saying goodbye to Fairy Jennabelle, he whispered, "Don't worry, your caring heart will always speak louder than your words." He really was the nicest elf of them all. Days and days passed before she tried out her voice again. Taking a deep breath, she opened her mouth and said, "Squeak, squeak, squeak!" Oh no, Fairy Jennabelle had a voice again, but it wasn't her voice. She sounded exactly like a mouse. Walking past Grandfather Tree was Rickety Willow. He heard a mouse crying. He said loudly, "What's the matter, little mouse?" Fairy Jennabelle came to her doorway, but when she went to speak, she just said, "Squeak." She sounded so silly that she started to laugh, but only squeaks came out. Squeak, 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 squeak. That made Rickety Willow start laughing. Then Grandfather Tree heard their laughter and he started laughing too. He wasn't sure why everyone was laughing, but he loved to laugh. Ha ha ha. Fairy Jennabelle kept squeaking for days and days. Then one day she woke up and tried to use her voice again. Croak. Oh no, Fairy Jennabelle didn't sound like a mouse anymore. She sounded like a frog. Croak, croak, croak. She began to miss her voice very much. Would she ever hear her own voice again? On this day, she didn't laugh. Letting out a deep sigh, a tear fell from her eyes. Feeling the tear upon his weathered wood, Grandfather Tree woke up. "Sweet fairy, what has caused you to take sorrow into your heart today?" Croak, croak. I may not have all the answers, but I do know when it's time to ask for help. Without delay, Grandfather Tree used his magical root system to summon the fairy helpers. Did you know the trees can talk to each other through their root system? It's true. Hi, I'm Susie Rainbow Frost, and this is Eliza Buttercup. How can we help you? We will be your fairy helpers today. Croak, said Fairy Jennabelle, as another tear fell. Oh, your voice shimmer is off. We can help with that. They took turns working patiently with Fairy Jennabelle every week, and every week she got a little better. At first, her voice was very rough. She sounded like there was a road of gravel that went all the way down her throat. Then, her soft, familiar voice started to return, but only for a few minutes every day. Imagine if you only had so many words that you could speak in a day. How would you spend them? Would you waste your words complaining? I know you guys wouldn't. Would you tell people you love them? Would you sing your favorite song? I love you. Why me? Ooh la la. Fairy Jennabelle had to learn to choose her words wisely. Soon winter came, and all the leaves were replaced with snowflakes in the sky. Fairy Jennabelle rested a lot and practiced her voice shimmer exercises. Spring approached quickly with its seasonal fairy duties. It was time to awaken nature from its long winter's nap. Fairy Jennabelle used her voice as much as she could to sing to the new plants and flowers every day. One day she discovered that if her thoughts and feelings were in the right place, all of nature could understand her, even without having to use her voice. I can talk without talking. Is this new magic, Grandfather Tree? No, little one, nothing new. Sometimes life's challenges are just a hidden opportunity to reveal a power that has been with you all along. Fairy Jennabelle was confused. If I'm stronger now, and this new power's been revealed, then why hasn't my voice fully returned? Grandfather Tree replied, not every challenge can be conquered quickly. Some take time, some take patience. You are healing. Healing doesn't have a beginning or an end. It just becomes a new part of you and your journey. Fairy Jennabelle flew up and kissed Grandfather Tree. I just thank goodness that we don't have to be alone on our journey. Oh, I hope you like that story. And actually, guys, this is a true story. It's true. I lost my voice, and it all happened exactly. I sounded like a mouse. I sounded like a frog, and I went croak, croak, croak a lot. There was only a couple things that were different than the book. For example, I didn't get sick and lose my voice because I was outside playing in the cold. I got sick because I went to a party and a little boy who was sick showed up. He came to the party even though he wasn't feeling well. He didn't want to miss the party. But then I got sick because I breathed in his germs, and everybody else got sick. And then from the coughing, I hurt my voice, right? So everybody's body is different. You never know how everybody's body is going to react. Maybe he was just a little sick and he thought that he would feel okay going. But other people may react differently to the same virus, right? So it affected me very strongly, even though it didn't affect him that much. So this is why it's really important right now that we all take care, just like Grandfather Tree was saying, to keep our distance so people don't get sick. And actually, it's the most loving thing that we can do. Now I know that, like there's an old saying that there's two sides to every coin, right? And right now, some people are saying that people are just staying home and not going out, not going to school, and not going to work because they're afraid. They're afraid of getting sick. They're afraid of other people getting sick. They're afraid of their loved ones getting sick, so they're keeping them home. But I like to believe, and I like to live in a different place in my heart, that we're doing it out of love, right? Because we love the people, not just in our homes, but this is such an awesome opportunity to love everybody in our worlds. So it's a unique thing that's happening. We get not just to love the people right next to us, like Grandfather Tree. We get to love the people down the street. We get to love the people in another state, in another country. We get to love everybody in the entire world. And that's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing right now. And if you are a little afraid, that's okay. All you have to do is practice the new feeling and the new thought. So, and I know you guys have amazing imaginations, right? You can just picture things just by thinking of what you want to picture, and you can see it in your mind. So let's practice that right now, okay? I want you to imagine, and you can keep your eyes opened or closed, whatever you want. Imagine that, imagine someone you love. It could be your mom, your dad, it could be your best friend at school. It could be anybody that you just really, really love in your heart. And when you think about them and think about the love that you have for them, I want you to imagine your heart suddenly glowing with this beautiful gold light. Now, I want you to imagine that love, like a bubble of love, growing bigger and bigger and bigger until it fills up the whole room and everybody else that's in it. And now I want you to imagine, you ready? Imagine it growing even bigger. Your love is growing farther and farther out until it fills up the entire street that you live on, everybody that's in it, and then it goes bigger until the state, the schools, everywhere. And then it goes even bigger until your love fills up the entire world. Oh my goodness, guys, I can feel that love from here. I feel it. I feel it in my wings. It's so magical. That was really good practice. Try doing that every day, just for a minute, in between the schoolwork you're doing, in between the books you're reading, in between the shows you're watching. I know you're watching different shows. But just for a minute every day, remember the love that brought you to where you're at and why we're being so careful and love-filled by making a choice to take care of not just us, but everybody. You know, after feeling all that love, I kind of feel like singing now. Now, my voice isn't 100% perfect yet, but it's okay, right? Because we're friends, and you don't judge, right? It's okay not to be perfect. You can still love anyway. All right, everyone, I'm going to play Heal the World by Michael Jackson. And he talks about creating space to make a better place, which is kind of exactly what we're doing right now. So, I just learned this, so I'm probably going to mess up, but that's okay, right? We can mess up and play together. It doesn't matter. There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love. And this place could be much brighter than tomorrow. And if you really try, you'll find there's no need to cry. In this place, you'll feel there's no hurt or sorrow. There are ways to get there. If you care enough for the living, you'll make a little space to make a better place. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, you'll make a better place for you and for me. If you want to know why, there's a love that cannot lie. Love is strong, it only cares for joyful giving. If we try, we shall see. In this bliss we cannot feel. Fear of dread, we stop existing and start living. Then it feels that always love's enough for us growing. So make a better world. Let's make a better world. Heal the world. Make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, you'll make a better place for you and for me. And the dream we were conceived in will reveal a joyful face. And the world we once believed in will shine again in grace. Then why do we keep strangling life, wound this earth, crucify the soul? Though it's plain to see this world is heavenly, so let's be God's glow. We could fly so high, let our spirits never die. In my heart I feel you are all my brothers. Create a world with no fear. Together we'll cry happy tears. See the nations turn their swords into plowshares. You could really get there if you care enough for the living. You'll make a little space to make a better place. Oh, we'll make a better place for you and for me. I almost got that last right. That's all right. Thank you all for spending time with me today. I want you to be kind with each other, gentle with each other, patient with each other. But I know you guys are already doing that because you're wonderful. All right, you know I hate to say goodbye, so let's blow kisses. Ready? I'm going to blow them at you. You're going to catch them. You're going to blow them to me, and I'm going to catch them. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Mwah! Oh, here they come. I caught a big one. I'm going to put it right here on my ukulele, so I'll always remember your love while I'm playing it. Okay? All right. I'll see you all very soon. Take care.